One area of Vedic astrology is how we look at the divisional charts, and various divisional charts have been described. 16 most important ones have been described, and out of these, one chart which is given a lot of importance is the Navamsa or the Navamsa chart, which is the 9 parts of your Lagna chart, and then from the 9 parts you have the ascendant which is created of the specific degree in which the ascendant goes, the ascendant degree of your Lagna goes, that becomes your ascendant in your Navamsa, and from that particular sign which becomes the ascendant, other houses are generated, planets are placed in them, basis again how planets go into specific degrees in the houses, and the Navamsa is created. We know all about it, and we have done a lot of videos also on the Navamsa. But what is important is how do we look at the divisional charts? Is there a way to look at the divisional charts rather than just look at the divisional charts and then look at different houses, or is there a meaning to the divisional charts? Firstly, the ascendant becomes very important in any divisional charts, and then that specific house which also defines that area of life which the divisional chart is also narrating. So if you're talking about the Chaturshamsa, for example, the D4 chart, where you're talking about mother, conveniences of life, you're looking at various assets, property and so forth, harmony of life, happiness of life, and it's more about the nourishment that you are getting in life, then you should also look at not only the Lagna of the Chaturshamsa, the D4 chart, but also the 4th house itself, and whatever narrates or defines the assets, you should also look into that house. For example, if you don't make a lot of money, then do you really know whether your Chaturshamsa will give you those conveniences, will give you those riches? So then you should also be looking at supporting trends of the conveniences that you get in life from the D1 chart also. How strong is your D1 chart's 4th house? And if the D1 chart's 4th house is not very strong, has a lot of affliction, then however strong your Chaturshamsa would be, which means you may get property, you get all those conveniences, harmony in life, all the nourishment and support you may get in terms of assets, in terms of nourishment support. However, yet if your 4th house of your D1 chart is strongly afflicted, then what happens is that you may make property, but property may not stick in your hands for long, or you have many upheavals in your property, you make one and you lose one. So at any given point of time, conveniences are there in your life, conveniences are also there throughout your life, maybe even from early life. However, there will be a lot of ups and downs. You may be always regularly selling one property, buying another one, or getting into some issues with one, and then challenges with the other. So hence, when you look at the specific divisional chart, you should also look at all the other houses in the divisional charts pertaining to the health of that particular area of the divisional charts from different angles. So the 6th house of the Chaturamsha may tell you whether you will get any challenges, issues, debts or loans that you get into because of you wanting to build assets or buying assets, for example, and whether you will get enough happiness and comforts from your assets. For example, if your 2nd house of your Chaturamsha is very strongly afflicted, then you may always be spending money on your conveniences, you may not be able to save any. If your 2nd house of your Chaturamsha is strongly afflicted, if the 6th house is strongly afflicted, then to buy property or to buy assets, you may unnecessarily take loans also, and then may get into challenges later on. So the Lagna is obviously very, very important. The Lagna Lord of the divisional chart is very important. One of the strongest placements of the Lagna Lord in a divisional chart is when it goes into the Lagna itself. Then it gives you a very good overall effect of the divisional chart's main areas, and then it shows that you will be able to tide over a lot of challenges because of the sheer energy that you have, motivation you have, willpower that you have about that specific area. For example, if you are looking at the D7 chart, the Saptamsha chart, where you're talking about children, whether you will get children or whether it be easy to get children, the well-being of children, how much of a well-being you get, nourishment from children, will children support you, will children do well in life, and this is also for your desires, your sexual desires also, because if you don't have a strong sexual desire, then where will the children come from? So when you look at the Saptamsha, for example, don't not only look at the Lagna of the Saptamsha, but where the Lagna Lord is also placed, but also look at the 7th house of the Saptamsha, the 8th house of the Saptamsha, the 5th house of the Saptamsha as well. If you are looking at the Dashamsa, the Dechan chart, then not only look at the Lagna Lord's placement, but the 10th house of the Dashamsa as well, and also look at the 6th house, because here we are talking about career. Is the 6th house sharing energies with the 10th house of the Dashamsa chart? But the most important aspect of divisional charts is which is the Lagna. Is the Lagna Scorpio, then upheavals, challenges, transformations, every now and then changes may go through that particular area of your life. If it's the Leo ascendant for the particular area of life, if you're talking about the Dashamsa, then you may get leadership positions, but after taking a lot of responsibility, taking a lot of accountability in your career, also taking up responsibility for work, for projects, taking the lead, showcasing yourself as a leader, taking up responsibilities before the designation is given to you. So the Lagna of the divisional charts is very important. The Lagna Lord's placement is very important, where it is placed, and those specific areas and the specific houses which relate to the specific area which the divisional chart stands for become very, very important. So I will be doing all the divisional charts one by one. We have already done the Shashtiamsa a few weeks back, and I will be also doing the other divisional charts one by one. However, it's important that unless you understand how to see the D1 chart and the D9 chart very well, and finding the more finer aspect, the intricate aspects of the D1 and the D9 linking with each other, if you are not able to link these two, if you are not able to fathom how they talk to each other, how the 10th house of the D9 chart talks to the 10th house of the D1 chart and the lords of each of the houses pertaining to career, pertaining to karma, pertaining to resources of your life, then you will not be able to understand the intricacies of the other divisional charts well. So give a lot of importance and focus to understand the D1 chart and the D9 charts, the Navamsa chart. Understand the Lagna Lord's position, understand the Lagna's positions, understand how the different houses are talking to each other. Finer aspects of life you are able to fathom, and once you are able to do that, do jump into the other divisional charts for more finer meaning of that particular area of the life. Jump into different divisional charts, look at them, try and understand them, but keeping in mind the D1 and the D9 chart, and you will find that these divisional charts say a lot of things to you, talk a lot of things to you, and through that you will be able to look at the finest elements of your life. You will also be able to understand where the challenges may come from, where the strength lies, where the issues lie, which part of your life you need to focus more on, which you need to pay more attention on, and where you may get the greatest support, greatest nourishment, and the greatest growth as well. So friends, like this video, share this video, and if you're looking for a personal consultation from me, please reach out to me at the link given below. Till some other time with some other video, this is your friend astrologer and guide Irfan signing off.